Here is the first poem of the poetry section, Song of the Open Road, and as usual, we shall start with the icebreakers. So, see the icebreakers, first one, and the first one is choose the mode of travel. Mode of travel means how will you travel? 4 options are already given: airways, waterways, railways and roadways. So, suppose the answer is railways, just for example. Now, what is the question? Give reasons. You have to write reasons, and for reasons 3 options are given. That is why do you like the journey by? We have considered railways here. So what can be the answer? You can say that I like because it is cheaper. You can travel in one night many places. Then you can go with your friends and family, or friends or family. Then you can sit together, chat, enjoy. You can book the ticket in advance. So these are various reasons why you may prefer journey by train. This is first icebreaker. We turn to the second one. Discuss the preparations you would like to make for the journey chosen. So this is the second one. That is preparation. Now what preparations you will do when you are traveling by a train? The first is book the ticket in advance. This is the first one. The second and the most important thing is think of the budget. How much money you have, how much you can spend. This money is most important. The third is think of the clothes where you are going. If it is severe winter season, very cool there, you must carry your sweaters. If it is rainy, you should have an umbrella or a jacket. So this means you should think of the season and then think of the bag. Then with whom you are going. This is also a very important thing. So preparations means so many things you have to write 4 or 5. The next is discuss the way in which you would overcome the problems or difficulties you face. So the third question, how will you face the difficulties or problems during the journey? Now for this, the first thing is what problems are generally faced. Suppose you lose the purse. This pickpocketing, it often goes on the railway stations. So what you should do is you should keep your money at some other place also, means in another bag or sack, like this. The second, you should scan your documents. Nowadays mobile is giving you the provision that scanning is available in the mobile. So take a photograph and keep it in your mobile. So if you lose the file, it won't be a serious loss. Then the other problems may be seasonal problems. So I already told you that clothes must be taken care of. The next is food and water. So as far as possible, don't eat anyway. Eat hot food. Use Bisleri water. Don't drink water at any other place. Then you also carry the medical kit with you, first aid box with you. So these are the some points regarding how to face the problems or how to overcome the difficulties. The next question is, and the last question is, during every journey you have to observe certain rules or certain restrictions. What can you do in this regards? Now suppose you are going with your friends. Then what kind of rules you can make? You can tell your friends no smoking. Many friends smoke. No cigarettes please. You can also say no drinks as you are students. So this will badly affect your journey. Third, don't hurt others in any way. Then you should keep your bogie clean, keep your compartment clean so that other passengers, when they come, they will find it very clean. Students, I would advise here that if you remember the answers, if you are noting down, it is okay. If it is not possible for you, you just take the screenshot. If you just do like this on your mobile, you can have a screenshot of this and you can have the answer in very easy language. So this is with the icebreakers. Thank you. Now we shall see the poem. Students, here is the beginning of the poetry section. 2.1 Song of the Open Road by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman is a famous American poet as well as he is a journalist, patrakar. Also, he is an essayist. He has written a very well-known poetry book, Leaves of Grass. And from Leaves of Grass, his poem entitled O Captain, My Captain, which has been written on the death of Abraham Lincoln, is world famous. Walt Whitman, in this poem, Song of the Open Road, talks about freedom. This is the central idea of the poem. He also talks about people and places. Now, open road, what does it signify? Open road signifies mobility. Mobile means moving. So, mobility means even though we like a particular place, even if the people are hospitable there, hospitable means giving you a very good treatment, other atithya karnare, then also you don't live at the same place. You should leave that place and move along the journey. This is what is the poet thinking about. Second is, open road is a metaphorical title which signifies the road of life. When we learn and try to get knowledge through schools and colleges, this knowledge must be accompanied with wisdom. So mere knowledge is not everything. There should be wisdom. Knowledge म्हणजे ज्ञान, wisdom शहाणपण. The attitude and the tendency to use your knowledge is called wisdom. So you get this wisdom when you travel and use the road of life. In this poem, you see the tenderness of the heart of the poet. We also understand what is his will or what is his wish. All these aspects are given in the introduction, and if you read it, you can clearly get idea of the realization of our realization that life is a test of wisdom. Let us go to the first stanza of the poem now. The democratic thoughts of Walt Whitman, they are clearly expressed. So, have a look at the first stanza. It's on page number 94. Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before me. The long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. Henceforth, I ask not good fortune, I am good fortune. So, the beginning is with this word, afoot. You know this word, foot म्हणजे काय? पाय. Afoot means on foot. How is the poet traveling? He is traveling on foot. The second word is light-hearted. This light-hearted, heart means hृदय, and light means which is not heavy. So light-hearted, it indicates that the poet is very happy. Light-hearted, on foot, he takes to the open road. So this metaphorical idea is of the title is clearly visible in the first line. He is happy and he is also healthy. He is free. So these four qualities or you may say informative points are there in the first two lines. Healthy, free, the world before me. Now it is open road. As it is the open road, the poet is free to go anywhere in the world. For him, the limit is the world. Henceforth, the long brown path leading me wherever I choose. This long brown path. See, wherever I choose. Choose means select. Path means way. And this long brown, this indicates that the journey of life is endless. So, the poet is traveling on foot. He is very happy. He is traveling on the long brown path and he is free to go wherever he likes. Now, the next line is very important as it is related with this word good fortune. What is the meaning of fortune? Fortune means luck. Good fortune means good luck. Suppose somebody is going for exam, you say the best of luck. Somebody is traveling, going long way, we say good luck. Poet says, I don't expect any good luck from anybody because see how emphatically the poem has been written. He says, I am a good fortune. See, here we remember, I think a poem by William Blake, where he says, I am the master of his fate. Same idea we see here in Walt Whitman's poem, I am. This am is task. I am good fortune. मी स्वतःच good fortune आहे. So I don't need any best of luck from anyone. Here the first stanza means fifth line. Now the first stanza ends with this brown path. The second stanza has started with good fortune. Henceforth, I whimper no more, postpone no more, and need nothing. Now here are three words which may be difficult for you. One is whimper. The second is postpone. And the third is need. Now this need you know. Whimper, it is given on the left hand side. Low, weak, cry. That is called whimpering. Postpone, पुढे ढकलणे. And need means necessity. As the poet himself is good fortune, as he is not expecting anything from anyone, he says there are no complaints and he will never postpone his decisions. This is what many people often do. Why do people postpone certain things? because they are lazy, they are idle. The poet is not lazy, and so there is no need to postpone anything. So also the poet does not need anything from anyone. Done with indoor complaints, libraries and careless criticisms. Done with. Done with means there is no effect of. What? Indoor complaints. See, in fact, the man is indoor. Complaints are not indoor. So the figure of speech we see here is transferred epithet. This epithet, indoor, has been transferred from the person to complaints, and that is why it is an example of transferred epithet. So indoor complaints, then libraries or careless criticisms. Now what do libraries stand for? They stand for books. Library means books. The poet says the book of life is open in front of me. I don't need books which are there in the libraries. I am free from them. I am free from complaints. I have no complaints at all. I am going away from books. Already I told you that knowledge we get from books, but the tendency to use that knowledge in life, that is wisdom, you get when you travel by the open road of life. So libraries, and next is careless criticisms. This word is also explained in the book itself, and you should develop that habit of observing both sides of the text, and the meaning is irritating or complaining. Irritates, intolerable, bore आपल्याला सहन नाही होत, that is called careless. Now criticism means what? टीका. Criticism means say good or bad. That is called criticism or criticize. Now the poet is free from, don't miss the main point, he is free from these things. Careless criticisms, say good or bad. See, if somebody is saying too good about you, maybe you won't like it. It depends on your nature. And if some people say bad when you do something, then you are hurt. So the poet says, I am away from such type of critics, far away from them. The poet proceeds with, strong and content, I travel by the open road. Now strong and content. The poet is strong, he is healthy, he is strong. Content means satisfied. The poet is satisfied. He travels the open road, the earth that is sufficient. See, this point earth is repeated. Earlier he has said the earth before me, and now he says the earth is sufficient. Sufficient means enough. But in fact, he is not limiting the earth. He wants to say that this earth is vast and the road will carry me to different places. This poem is about people and places. So we see that maximum part of this first part of the poem is related about places. You leave the place where you are and go travel by the open road. I do not want. See, now he is turning to people. And he says, I do not want constellations anymore. Now what's the meaning of constellations? It means fate or destiny, or in fact it means influential groups of people. Now in our life we meet many people who influence us. Influential means effective. अनेक लोकांचा आपल्यावर आयुष्यात परिणाम होतो. इन्फ्लुएन्शियल ग्रुप्स, त्याला म्हणायचं कॉन्स्टिलेशन्स. पोएट काय म्हणतो? I do not want constellations nearer. they need not come near me. Why? I know they are well where they are. Means he knows, he agrees to this point. In fact, these 2 or 3 lines, they are somewhat controversial. See how the poet deals with these constellations. He knows that constellations are present in life. Influential people, they are present in everyone's life. Your uncle, your teacher, someone in the society, he has great effect upon you. So such people are present in our life. Now what does the poet say? Constellations should not come near me. And in addition to this, he says, I know they are well where they are. Means they are present somewhere, and the poet is happy to see where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. Now this suffice. This suffice means they add, they give benefit to the people who belong to them. Means these such people may be helping you. You know the word sufficient. So this suffice is carrying you to that meaning. So the poet is here, in fact, speaking in favor of constellations. He does not want constellations near him, and he is also speaking in favor of constellations. Still here I carry my old delicious burden. Very beautiful line. I carry my old delicious burdens. See, burdens means something which no one wants, but at the same time is using the adjective delicious. So delicious burdens, this is the idea which is somewhat controversial, and so the figure of speech here is paradox. It is a paradoxical idea that here he wants to say I want to be away from constellations, and here he says I am carrying my old delicious burdens. What is this burden? This burden is the memories of the people, the sweet memories of the influential people. That is the burden. So these lines convey the paradoxical idea. I carry them, men and women, I carry them. Repetition, I carry them, I carry them. With me wherever I go. So he is not trying to get rid of this. No. Though he does not want them near him, he knows that there is the burden of sweet burden, delicious burden of influential people upon his head, and wherever he will go, he is ready to carry them with him. I swear, it's impossible for me to get rid of them. He cannot get rid of them. Get rid of means काय? Get rid of means to avoid, टाळणे. So it is not possible for him to get rid of the constellations. And so he says, I am filled with them. I will fill them in return. I am a filled, passive voice. I am full. My life is full with this burden, this delicious burden. And I will fill them in return. Means I will also fill. Maybe I will be one of them for others. With this idea, the poet ends. So the poem has been can be discussed in two parts. One is places, his idea, his purpose of traveling, the characteristics of the poet, and in the second and last lower half, what we see is the effect of the constellations on the poem. So thank you very much. Remaining part of the poem along with the questions we shall discuss in the next lecture. Good morning, students. Now we are turning to the brainstorming activities. Now I tell you that it is not possible for me to take all the questions. However, as this is the first poem, we shall try. So have a look at page number 95 and question number A1. The first question, which tells you pick out the lines in which we can find that the poet enjoys the journey. Now what are these lines? Where do you see that the poet enjoys? Now see, in the first line there is the word light-hearted. Light-hearted means happy, means he is enjoying. So you can say line number 1. Then in the second also he says I am healthy. So line number 2. Then long brown path I can choose means he is happy. So line number 3 also. Then in the fourth line he says I am good fortune. And then done with indoor complaints. So this line number 4 also. Even 6. These are the lines which show that he enjoys the journey. Then second question. This is the first question. The second question is, by old delicious burden. This old delicious burden means what? And we already discussed, it means the sweet memories of the past. These are the sweet memories of the people who have come in his life, influential people. The next question is, the poet is free from all inhibitions. How is the concept of freedom expressed in the poem? So see, the third question, that how is the poet free? The poet is free, he himself says. He does not need fortune. He is healthy. Then he also says, I am free to choose the way I like. So this shows freedom. He is free from he has there is no hesitation on his part. Hesitation म्हणजे संकोच, कुठलाच संकोच नाही आहे. He himself tells, I can go wherever I wish. The one more point is there, that there are no doubts in his mind. This self-realization and self-awareness, this is also carrying forward the theme of freedom. Then the next question is question number 2. Which activities are related to he will practice and he will not? Walking along the road, though he does not know where it reaches? Yes. Then complaining about discomforts? No. Postponing journey? No. Praying for good fortune? No. He is good fortune. Number E is carrying the fond memories of people? Yes. He says, I will carry the burden with me wherever I go. So yes. Next is creating contacts with people? No. Striving to achieve high and bright success? Yes. Reflecting and developing his own self. See, developing his self. He is not stagnant. He is working. Means he is developing his self. So the answers are A, E, G and H. The next important question is the traits which the poet exhibits through the lines. T-R-A-I-T-S. Traits means what? Traits means qualities. So which qualities? Means you should learn the poem in this way, that a particular line is given, what quality of the poet do we see here? First is done for you, that is, I ask no good fortune, and the answer is given, that is self-confidence. Now second, I whimper no more. So this second, in which the word whimper is present. What quality of the poet we see here? Self-realization. I whimper no more. Or you can also say that the poet is very positive. Then, in the second line, third line, there is the word I do not want constellations. So he doesn't want constellations. Means what is the quality? He is independent. He is self-confident. He is self-assured. You may write it. He is self-assured. He is sure of himself. त्याचा स्वतःवर भरोसा आहे. त्याला दुसऱ्यांच्या बेस्ट लकची काही गरज नाही. The next point is number 4 line. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. Means I can't get rid. I cannot get rid of the constellations. And what is the quality? Self-awareness. Self-realization. त्याला कळतं की मी या लोकांना टाळू नाही शकत. म्हणजे this is realization. Self-awareness or self-realization. Then the next is I am filled with them and I will fill them. So this last line of filling, what is the quality? I will fill means his honesty, his loyalty we find here in the line along with awareness. The next question is, third question, healthy, free the world before me. Express your views regarding the above line. This I already told you when I expressed the summary of the poem, so you can write your own answer. A3 is the poet has used describing words like healthy. Now, what is the meaning of describing words? We use the word adjective. Adjective means describing word. So, which describing word here, for example, healthy has been used. Now the question is, which is used for the world? Which word is used, which describing word is used for world? Do you remember? The poet uses the adjective means describing word sufficient. This is question number A3. The next question is for himself. Now, what does the poet use for himself? He says, I am free, I am healthy, I am good fortune. Then he says, I am free to choose. Like this, these are the words which he uses from free from constellations. Then means he is satisfied for the road. Now for a road, open, then brown, long, then the word brown path. So these are the words used for road. The next question is A4. Old delicious burden, paradoxical idea. I already told you when I taught you the poem. Next metaphor. Next is free verse. Now here I would like to clear your doubt about one more word, that is blank verse. See, Walt Whitman has written this poem in free verse and he is famous for it. He is called father of free verse. Now what we also see one more word, blank verse. Now these two are not same, these two are different. Now what is free verse? In free verse there are no rhyming words, ending rhyming words. They are not present. But it does not mean that the poem is not beautiful. Then when does the poem or why is a poem in free verse also very beautiful? It is because of the internal rhyme. There is internal beauty of the words. Internally rhyming may be present. I may give you an example. I whimper no more, I postpone no more, need nothing. You see here, no more is repeated. Then the sound m, the sound n. So because of that, this line, so many lines are there which become beautiful. And so this poem is in free verse. As far as this blank verse is concerned, it was very popular in the 16th century. And the great poet and dramatist William Shakespeare made it so famous and used it. However, this is iambic pentameter. Now, it's not possible for me to describe all these things here, but I can tell you that the pattern is different. So, blank verse is in iambic pentameter, very famous from the time of Shakespeare. So, this poem is not a blank verse. This is in free verse. Maybe the last questions, that there are certain words, right? No more. Find out similar expressions which are repeated in the poem. So this you can do very well. What is repeated? Find out similar expressions and the effect which it has created. Now, for example, open road. Now, open road means there are many chances, there are many opportunities. Then there may be he has open road, no more. This word no more is repeated. Now, what does no more show? No more shows that he does not want to do certain things. So he says no more. So you have to find out these expressions. Question number 5 is the word I. Now, this question number 5 wants you to comment on the use of the pronoun I. You will be surprised to find I is repeated 15 times in the poem. I 15 times. What does this show? This shows that the poet is decisive. Decisive means who can take decision. Who can take decision, जो निर्णय घेऊ शकतो त्याला आपण म्हणतो decisive. So the poet is decisive, the poet is confident, the poet has self-realization. आपण कोण आहे त्याला माहित आहे. Realize म्हणजे understand. So the poet has self-realization. So I is repeated 15 times. So the next question is a repetition of 11th, that you have to write the poetic appreciation of the poem, and that's your homework. So thank you. We shall meet in the next session.